Hello and welcome to the weekly Global HEARTSTREAM. I'm Gabriel Gonsalves, a professional coach, artist, and speaker who enjoys traveling the world, connecting with amazing people, and talking about the longest, most rewarding journey that you'll ever embark on, the 12-inch journey between your head and your heart. Through individual and group coaching programs, online courses, and live seminars, I teach a heart-centered approach to personal mastery, leadership development, and spiritual growth that helps people become the most loving, joyful, and powerful version of themselves. The Global HEARTSTREAM is a weekly dedicated space to help you reconnect with your heart, raise your vibrational frequency, and remind you just how powerful, loving, and amazing you already are. It's also an invitation to unify our hearts with the intention of bringing more love, compassion, and healing to a world that so desperately needs it. You can find out more about my work by visiting GabrielGonsalves.com, where you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, and register for my upcoming seminars. And if you enjoyed this HEARTSTREAM, please be sure to subscribe, like, or comment so that we can reach more people and help make this a more loving, compassionate, and heart-centered world. Hello, everyone. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to this week's HEARTSTREAM. I'm your host, Gabriel Gonsalves, and today it's Wednesday, the 20th of October, and it's also happens to be full moon day. So if you've been feeling a little bit high strung, if you've been feeling unusually vulnerable and highly sensitive, there's a very good reason why. Remember that at the time of the full moon, you could pretty much say that the gravitational pull of the moon over all water bodies, including 80% of us, nearly 80% of our physical bodies, will always have an effect on our emotions. Okay, so it's a wonderful time to be doing these guided meditations. In fact, the very first time I started doing guided meditations on YouTube was when I launched the 12 Virtues of the Heart, which I released at exactly the time of the full moon. It's a wonderful time to be doing meditation work, primarily because it allows us to hold more light at this particular time, and we can do this together. So welcome, Ana Lopez. You got two Lopez's in you. Hello, Tina. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Linda Luz. Hello, Mary Rinaldi over in Massachusetts. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome. Hello, over in Greece. Hello, Danny over in Romania. You think I was going to forget about you. Hello, Cindy Hartz. Hello, Amanda Robler. Those of you who are with us today. Tina is all the way out in Sweden. Wonderful. Well, welcome to today's HEARTSTREAM. The title of today's episode is Dancing to the Rhythm of Your Heart. And you're going to walk away having a deeper understanding of what your heart rhythm has to do with the rhythm of your own life. And I would say pretty much everything. Deborah's welcome. Deborah says, sending love. Who you're sending love to, Deborah? Ana Lopez is over in Canada. Okay. Ana, why do you have two Lopez? Are you like a Lopez married to a Lopez? Or was your mom and dad, were they cousins or something? You got Lopez. Just kidding. All right, a couple of announcements before we dive into our main topic. And today's guided meditation on what? On dancing to the rhythm of your own heart. The first announcement is that tomorrow, big day. Tomorrow is the official beginning, first session of the Heart Leader Training Program. This is my signature 9-month training in heart intelligence coaching and heart leadership. So if you've been wanting to participate, there's still time to join, but you have to contact me very soon because we're pretty much starting tomorrow. All right. If you want to learn more about the Heart Leader Training Program, please visit my website, gabrielgonsalves.com. Click on where it says work with me, and you'll see the different training programs that I offered. And I'm super excited. This is obviously the 2022 class or cohort. I only do this once a year, and it's really a deeply transformative experience. Okay. All right. The second announcement I want to make, and let me see, Ana Lopez, Linda Luz, and some of you who are here, but you're invisible. You're part of the invisible friends. Because those of you who are commenting, you are the visibly invisible friends. It confuses me. But beginning in November on Mondays, for those of you who are fluent in Spanish, who have been asking me to do these broadcasts in Spanish, guess what? I'll be starting a new series of weekly broadcasts, especially for the Spanish people, the Spanish-speaking people, called Directo al Corazón. How about that? How's that for a cool title? It basically means straight to your heart or direct to your heart. And it's very similar to what we're actually doing here in English every Wednesday, except we're going to be doing it on Mondays in Spanish. Discussing always a topic, answering questions that anybody may have about that particular topic, and then going into a full second half of a guided meditation, heart center prayer process like we normally do. Okay. So I'm super excited. It's something I've been planning or wanting to do for a very long time. And up until now, I haven't really made time for it, or actually did not even feel I was ready for it. But I feel like llegó el momento y la hora para finalmente comenzar a hacer en vivo y en directo en español. So I'm feeling very excited. So this is going to be on Monday, I believe it's November 1st. So in nearly 2 weeks time. Okay. So I've already posted in the community tab within my YouTube channel. You'll see the event is already posted in there. So if you're a subscriber to my channel, you can ask to receive a notification when that event goes live. And would you please do me a favor? If you're Spanish speaking, would you please let your friends know, let anybody that you feel might resonate with these teachings, with this message, let them know that starting next month, I'll be broadcasting every Monday as a way to begin your week fully anchored in your heart. Veronica Camargo, welcome. She says, awesome. Gracias, Gabriel. You're speaking Spanglish. You know that? Linda Luz says, qué lindo. Ana Lopez says, sí, quiero compartir. Bonito. Directo al corazón. Yeah, you're very welcome, Ana. She says, Mom and Dad are Lopez Mexicans. We don't lose any last names. Both are important. And no, they were not cousins. Good. I'm glad they were not cousins. Otherwise, I'd be a little bit concerned about you. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Well, if at any time while I'm talking about joy, you have any questions, please feel free to type them in here in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. Oh, Mary Rinaldi. Hello, Mary. She has a very important question. What time Monday? Well, it will be at the exact same time as these broadcasts, 12 p.m. noon US Eastern time. The banner actually says New York time, which is US Eastern time. So Mondays at this exact same time, 12 p.m. Eastern. And then obviously the broadcast in English, which will be on Wednesdays. And then maybe a year from now, there'll be one on Fridays in Portuguese, because in case you don't know, but I am studying Portuguese right now. I just completed my A2 level. as part of reclaiming my connection with my Portuguese inheritance. So, eu vou falar português direito ao coração. Doing my best here. All right. Dancing to the rhythm of your heart. When you hear that phrase, it may sound a little bit corny or a bit like a cliche. What comes to mind? Dancing to the rhythm of your heart. Well, what if I told you that the very first rhythm that you danced to was actually the rhythm of your heart? And more specifically, a larger heart that was intimately connected to your own heart, which was your mother's heart. Because here's the thing, from the time you were just 21 days old and you were like tiny, 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 could barely be seen with a naked eye, at that moment, life was infused into the little you, and then suddenly, lub dub, or in Spanish, tuk tuk, tuk tuk, tuk tuk, began to beat your life in your heart, giving rise to not only the first sense or notion of rhythm and movement in what up until now was very still, was very quiet, and was very undisturbed. Suddenly, movement began to happen, vibration, rhythm began to happen. And then this is really wonderful because remember, when mom and dad got together, the two Lopez's, when they came together, there was action, there was movement, there was excitement, there was love, there was passion. And then it kind of went quiet for a while. It went very quiet. While the you that was you went from being a mixture between mom and dad, which gave birth to one cell, which then began to replicate and replicate and replicate and replicate and replicate. And then suddenly, in that stillness, boom, there's life. And with that life, it was like the neighbors are partying, and suddenly there's this heartbeat. There's this incredible heartbeat. And then now there's a rhythm. And not only that, but there's also your mom's rhythm, with whom you're dancing all the time. They've done this incredible research over in Denmark, where they have taken a child who is sleeping in its crib, and then they have the mom and the father just having a conversation next door. Okay. And the child is, in essence, dancing to the rhythm of the conversation of mom and dad. Now, imagine if this is what's happening when your mom and dad are just 10 feet away. Imagine what is happening to you as a baby inside your mother's womb, where her heart is, in essence, like right next to your ear, right? And you're listening to that love dub moment to moment, feeling your mother is feeling, not just what she's eating, but also what she's feeling. You're attuning into that. And so the very first sense of rhythm and dance that we are born with is the rhythm of our own hearts and then our mother's heart. The moment we are born and leave our mother's womb, at that moment, our part of the trauma is that the rhythm, the one heartbeat that we kept looking for, reassurance, company, suddenly is no longer next to us, attached to us, warming us, listening to us, guiding us. Suddenly it's outside of ourselves. And then at that moment, we're invited then as little babies just born into this world to begin to really listen now to the beating of the heart within us. And we began to realize, even though my mommy is outside and the love and the warmth and everything else that comes with mommy, I am my own little person and I am my own heartbeat. And this heartbeat then begins to inspire you to move, to explore life, to experience all kinds of feelings, to laugh and cry, to scream when you're hungry or something scares you, and to laugh when somebody makes a clown face. All these things are beginning to happening. So that little heartbeat from the very first moment, it's not only letting you know that you're alive, but it also becomes the rhythm of your own life. Your heart is the master conductor of this thing that we call our physical bodies. So as you as you attune and connect to the inner conductor within you, you begin to realize then that there's a song playing within you all the time, and that sometimes that song is fast and it's exciting, and sometimes that song is slow and it's calm and it's chilled and it's mellow. And with that, you begin to realize, like, there's these things within me called emotions, and they seem to affect how my heart beats and how I feel and how excited I feel or how depressed and sad and gloomy I feel. It all comes with a territory. Now, up until the time we are about 3 to 5 years old, this natural rhythm, this connection with life, is very natural. It's unobstructed. I mean, if you watch a 3 to 5 year old kid walking down the mall, you see they're going like la 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 la, and they're just spinning around and they're moving around and they're doing their own thing. They don't really care who's watching, who's looking at them. They're really dancing, moving around at their own rhythm. But then what happens when you look at the exact same child 10, 12 years later, and they're now a 17-year-old, a 14, 15-year-old? That same child is now glued to their cell phone, right? No longer dancing, no longer moving, no longer expressing the sense of joy. What has happened? Okay, well, the intellect has developed, life has begun to happen, right? They began now to engage with other kids, other adults they're comparing themselves to, and they begin to get this sense of right or wrong and how they should be and what being this is supposed to be, and on with the basically mental conditioning programming, and add to that the trauma of life itself. And what happens? A little playful child and wonderful heartbeat that was natural, that was like a horse running free in his pastures, and now become controlled, moderated, domesticated. So we begin to get a sense of loss and connection with our own natural rhythm of life. As a result of that, we basically lose our connection with our own essence, our own innocence, our own capacity to be joyful, to be in the moment, to be playful, to be silly, right? And we begin to be, as Brené Brown would say, we begin to hide behind all the shame, all of the things that we think is wrong with us. And then there comes the journey then, that we eventually then get to the realization that there's something wrong, broken with us. We can't figure out why we feel so disconnected. Many of us, even as we move into the corporate world and into the world of becoming an adult, we begin to disconnect ourselves even more so from this natural rhythm, for this natural sense of joy, leading to heart problems. If you are listening to me today and you've been experiencing arrhythmia, AFib, problems that relate to the rhythm of your heart, in essence, kind of going crazy, Wacko, I'm not talking about just the sporadic thing where you feel like your heart just accelerates to kind of catch up, because the heart is designed to do that, okay, to suddenly like adjust itself. But I'm talking about when it becomes a recurrent problem. Well, from an emotional perspective, from a subtle energy perspective, basically it's an expression, or it's a symptom that you have been disconnected from your own natural rhythm of life. What does that mean? Well, it means that you are trying to please everybody, trying to take care of everybody, trying to do the right thing, or what you other people expect you to do, and not really what that part of you that knows that it knows that it knows who you are, why you're here, what brings you great joy, actually knows. And so your physical heart is in essence trying to let you know, hey, you're out of sync with me. hey, listen to me. Okay. Physical pain is a way of our bodies to let us know there's an imbalance that has taken place. Okay. It's one of the things that happens. Pain is there as an indication, as a symptom, like that something has come out of balance, that you need to look at what happened. Okay. If you're walking down barefoot and you get a little prickle stuck in the bottom of your feet and it hurts, well, it's an indication that you just stepped onto something that is, if you don't deal with it, it's going to damage you even more. So any problem with the heart rhythm is an indication that, like, hey, there's something happening with the natural rhythm of your life, with the real you, with your essence, that you have become really disconnected, either out of fear, out of guilt, out of shame, out of anger, out of all the different things that could lead to that disconnection. And so your heart is in essence letting you know, hey, listen to me. I was here before you were. Before you even knew what your name was, I was beating inside of you, giving your life. I know what to do, because that's one of the things about the physical body. The physical body knows exactly what to do when you provide everything that it needs to rest. It's only when we become disconnected from our physical body that then the body then begins to act up as a way to let us know. Ana Lopez is asking, could that be an ascension symptom? Well, it could be. I would not want to call it an ascension symptom, but it could be an invitation to ascend, which is slightly different. In other words, but you're realigning with your natural joy, with what brings you joy, with a bigger reason why you're here, with your essential self, you will undoubtedly ascend. Not to the heavens, but you will ascend in frequency and in vibration. Okay, so yes, you could say that it's not a symptom of ascension, but rather an invitation to ascend. As most of, physical ailments are always an indication or an invitation, right? To look at something that needs to be looked at. Okay, this harmonies often happen for a reason. So I'm not saying that you should only look at, okay, just the emotional aspect and deal with the emotional aspect. I mean, if you go to see a doctor and you have to take medication and you have to do whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself, then please, by all means, do that. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not qualified to give medical advice, but I am someone who has been studying what science, religion, philosophy, spirituality, and great master have had to say about the human heart. Here is what the ancient Taoists said about the human heart. They believed in ancient China that within the human heart there was a temple. Within this area, which in Chinese they call the Lingong, soul's temple, there was a little flame that lived inside, a little soul, and they call that soul the Tianmin. Tianmin means heaven's order, and they believe that at the time of conception, so right when the heart begins to beat, at that moment, from the heavens, whew, little soul will leave the heavens and would lodge itself inside of the heart. And it would not only animate and give life to the heart, but within it, there was a message, there was information that contained your purpose, the bigger reason why you're here. And here's what they taught the ancient Chinese. They taught you dance to the rhythm of that tune. In other words, you follow the guidance, the wisdom, and the promptings of this thing, the inside of you guiding you, and prosper. Live a long, joyful life, or negate it, ignore it, and be poor, sick, and miserable. That was in essence their teaching. And these were their secret teachings that very few people had access to. So live and sing and dance to the rhythm of your own heart, in essence, or and prosper and be happy and bring joy to the world and bring your natural gifts and talents and sing your unique song and do that thing that your soul came here to give, to experience, to do, or basically perish, experience the complete opposite. So what am I trying to say? Well, I'm trying to say that in essence that you owe it to yourself, if you haven't already, to pay more attention to your heart and to the rhythm of your own heart, because within that rhythm there's information. Within that information there's a calling, there's an invitation for you to reconnect with that most essential, beautiful, divine, innocent aspect of yourself, which I have no better word for it than the Immaculate Concept, which is your own Holy Christ self. It's basically what Mother Mary represents. Mother Mary represents the purity in the heart of God, that immaculate space out of which then this innocence, the child, which is the baby Jesus, then can now be born and then bring with it the light, bring with it the joy. All right, so in today's guided meditation, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to pick up a little bit where we left off last week to continue to realign ourselves and our hearts with the Sacred Heart of Christ, that immaculate concept of divinity held within each and every one of us. All right, remember that we're speaking not about a person. We're talking about the same presence, the same divine essence that was in Jesus, that was in Krishna, that was in Buddha, that was in every great avatar, saint, bodhisattva, lama, in which they have all been guiding us towards. Because the spiritual truth has already been spoken, has already been written about, and they all keep pointing where? Inwards, as a place to find love, as a place to find salvation, as the place to find heaven, and as the place to find ultimately the essence of our own life, the truth of our own life, the bigger reason why we're here, and ultimately the inner sense of joy that comes when we then fully align our lives with what we know is ultimately the greater song that is singing all of us, and we are just simply notes. So we are, in essence, tuning our individual unique notes to the greater song that is being sung throughout the entire creation, which is always the divine song. Some people call it some people call it Aum, some people call it God, some people call it the Great Spirit, some people call it the way it is, the suchness, the isness. I don't care what you call it. But what I do care about is that together we connect with it, regardless of what your unique name for it is, that we connect with it, unify with it, harness its power, listen to it, and allow it to move us in the way it wants us to move. So that then our lives, little by little, as we align more and more and more and more and more with the bigger reason why we're here, with our own rhythm of our own inner song, we can then begin to then sing and truly dance to that rhythm. From that place, in greater alignment with the divine aspect of ourselves, miracles of healing can take place. Miracles of transformation, things that you never thought, believed that were even possible, can happen. Are you ready to begin to join me on today's guided meditation? All right, let us begin. So the invitation is to put everything down now, including your feet, if they're not already on the ground. All right, and sit in a nice straight posture with your shoulders nice and open, so that all your energetic centers, your chakras, are in essence one right on top of each other. And of course, if you have the luxury, you can also lay down so that you're horizontal and all your chakras are in full and perfect alignment. What you don't want is to be all crookedy, which ultimately what does it basically, it not only disrupt the flow of the energy through your body, but it also it creates blockages. The energy cannot really move from one center to the other. All right, let us begin. We begin by giving ourselves permission to just really stretch our arms, our legs, if you want to. Touching our bodies. Take a moment to caress your face. Yes, caress your face. Give yourself a little hug. Give yourself some appreciation. Imagine you're holding your face like you would hold the face of a child and say, hey, I'm here. I'm present. I'm in my body. And I'm now ready to reconnect with a rhythm within. Allowing ourselves for the next few moments just to come in complete attention of the physical presence of our bodies in this physical space. Noticing the breath. As we begin to breathe in and out of the heart. Almost as if we could breathe straight into the heart, right straight into the lung area. Feel as the lungs expand and contract with each breath. Allowing this breath, this sacred breath, to become nice and slow and deep. Allowing this breath also to become nice and even so that the inhale and the exhale are approximately the same length. With every breath, you give yourself permission to relax. Let go of any unnecessary tension around the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Relaxing the ears. Relaxing the stomach area, the pelvic area, the arms and the legs so that minimum effort is required. Freeing up energy so that that energy then can be used for accessing the greater dimension within ourselves that we call the heart. The kingdom of heaven within. As we continue to breathe in and out of the heart, we notice the gentle heartbeat right there. We can feel it in our breath. We could feel it in the chest. We could feel it right there, vibrating through the body. Gentle yet strong. Consistent. Committed. Always beating in the present moment. Always inviting you to be here and now, the only place where God exists. The only place where you can make changes that will affect your life. The only place where healing is available. For your heart is that connecting point to the energy that creates your life moment to moment. As you feel the heartbeat, as you notice its rhythm, take a moment to feel gratitude for that beat, for the rhythm within you. Breathing deep into the heart, energizing that feeling. Allowing the feeling of gratitude to radiate all around the heart. The more relaxed you are, the more the vibration emanating from your heart travels like music through the rest of the body. When you're tense and in fear and stressed out, your body tightens. The music cannot flow through it. The cells cannot recognize the rhythm. The more you relax, the more this feeling of gratitude, appreciation, and well-being now expand throughout the rest of the body. The natural rhythm of your heart, its natural song, expanding now to the stomach, the lungs, and the throat. Expanding now to the pelvic, to the top of the head, down the arms and the legs, so that there is no place within your awareness where the rhythm of life itself cannot be felt, cannot be recognized. For the next few moments, allow this natural rhythm, this feeling of appreciation to expand as I speak the following prayers on your behalf. In the name of the Father and the Mother, in the name of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. In the name of the beloved I Am Presence and Holy Christ Self, which is the divinity in every person here today, I call to the divine light of joy within the heart of God. And I declare my heart, each heart here, the temple of the living God. God's joy beating our hearts. our hearts now in perfect alignment and union with the rhythm in the heart of God emanating from the heavens, the joy of God filling our hearts, restoring the harmony of our hearts, restoring our hearts to the natural rhythm of life itself, for God is life in us. The life of God, the joy of God beating our hearts, strengthening our hearts. And it is this joy and this sense of freedom and unity with the heart of God that is right here and right now, dissolving all chains that we have placed around our own hearts, dissolving all false sense of responsibility, dissolving anything and everything, conscious or unconscious, that is keeping us from tuning and dancing to the rhythm of our own hearts in perfect unity and synchronicity with the heart of God. I allow these chains to dislodge and dissolve within my heart. Dissolving all of that which up until now has kept me from experiencing and accessing my natural joy. And I declare with absolute certainty that I am God's joy fulfilled in my life, as my life here and now. I am God's joy filling my heart. I am God's joy fulfilled in every cell within my heart. My heart, my heart, my heart. Unify with the heart of God, singing its unique song, beating its unique rhythm. In the name I am that I am, I declare that right here and right now, my heart and every cell within my heart, every neural cell, is now working in perfect harmony and order. As my heart beats to the tune of perfection, so does every organ and cell within my body. I am God's health and well-being, expanding through my body, realigning all my cells, bodily actions and functions to harmony and perfection. There's no place within my body temple that is not in alignment with the natural rhythm of God in me. There's no place within my human body that is now not in perfect alignment with God's divine plan for my life. My life, my heart, my body, my mind, my soul, they are now in perfect attunement to the heart of God. I welcome this rhythm, aligning my will to the will of God, aligning my heartbeat to the heartbeat of God, in full and perfect alignment with God. I am an divine expression of the universal song dancing in me, dancing through me, singing through me. I am the freedom to dance to the rhythm of my heart. I am the freedom to speak my truth. I am divine and perfect harmony, manifested now in all areas of my life. I am the perfect child of God, dancing to the rhythm of my heart. In areas where I have given away my power and dance to others' rhythm, and I allow myself to get caught up in fear, anger, guilt, and shame, I take back the power, choosing to dance to the rhythm, to the song of joy within me. I am the song of joy emanating from the heavens. I am God's joy fulfilled in me. Say it, declare it, feel it, know it. I am God's joy fulfilled in me. I am God's joy fulfilled in my health. I am God's joy fulfilled in all my relations. I am God's joy fulfilled in my career and my work. I am God's joy fulfilled in my finances. I am God's joy, singing, dancing within my heart. In perfect attunement with this reality, I give thanks. Declaring this a new day. Declaring this the day when I awoke to my own unique rhythm, where I reclaim my power to determine my destiny, to choose my life direction, and choose to stop dancing to the rhythm that others set out for me. Choosing to dance to the rhythm of the universal song that sings within my heart. Om Namah Shivaya, singing in my heart. Praise be to God, singing in my heart. Glorious heart of Mother Mary, singing in my heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, singing in my heart. The eternal heart of God shining in my heart. My heart unified with the universal song. My life, an expression of God in me, through me, and as me. With gratitude and compassion for the world, I now radiate this feeling of joy. I radiate this song emanating from my heart out to the world. That our hearts united as one now may go out to anyone and everyone who is in need of compassion, kindness. That our hearts may form a unified field in the name and nature in which Jesus the Christ taught his disciples. When he said, wherever two or more gather in my name, there I shall be. That the presence of unconditional love in the heart of Christ now go out to the world. Joy to the world. Joy to our friends and our family. Joy to our clients, our students. Joy to all of God's children. Joy to anyone who's never even heard of God or Spirit or the divine. Joy to those who are seeking Him without knowing that they are. Joy. Those who are in this moment making their transition. Joy. To those who are feeling helpless and like they have no choice. Joy. To the hearts of those men and women who are enslaved, disconnected from their own hearts, disconnected from their own source of inner wisdom, love, and power. Joy. To a world thirsty for joy. May this call out of joy and this radiation of joy now be multiplied in the name of Jesus the Christ as much as heaven's law will allow. May it not only ease the suffering, ease the burden of those who carry them, but may it also contribute towards making this a more joyful world where more and more people are living lives that are in greater alignment with who they really are and the natural rhythm within their own hearts. And so it is. And so it shall be. And it is so. Can I get an amen, por favor? Amen. My beautiful friends, we're now coming to the end of our time together. It's my least favorite part of this weekly broadcast when it's time to say goodbye. The only thing that really counteracts that is normally the feelings of joy and gratitude that I feel at the end of each one of these broadcasts. Thank you, Linda Luz, Veronica, Tony Garibay, Mariette, Carmen. Oh, you have a long name, Carmen. Hancock Mulinux, Anna, I hope I pronounced your surname right. Mags from Erie. Thank you for being here. Deborah, Geraldine, Heidi, Mary Rinaldi, Ana Lopez Lopez, Deborah, Tina over in Sweden, and Jennifer, Amanda, Danny, Cindy. The list is getting longer and longer and longer and longer. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you're walking away. Well, walking around too. Walking away feeling more connected to your heart with a deeper sense of the song that's emanating within you at any given time. Lila says, Amen. Wow, God bless you, Gabs. Feel so happy. Yeah, well, and we have done our work. I've done my work, and so has everyone here. For your happiness is also our happiness. You know, one of the things that happens is with every person that moves into a greater sense of joy, well-being, love, you're actually carrying thousands and thousands of people with you. You're literally just pulling people up energetically. That's why it's so important that we continue to do this work, continue to do the individual work that we feel called to do, but that we also use opportunities like these ones where we can come together in groups and unify our hearts. The power is, it's like compounding interest. It's really amplified when a group of people come with the same intention to unify our hearts and to share this love with each other and then with the world. Ana Lopez says, love you, gratitude for you. Thank you, Anna. Feel grateful for you as well. Linda Luz says, grateful for your beautiful heart, healing words of wisdom. May God bless you and protect you always. Eres especial. Takes one to know one. Thank you very much, Linda. Really appreciate it. All right. This is all for today. So remember, anytime that we're doing this kind of energetic spiritual work that oftentimes triggers a lot of emotions, it's important that you stay hydrated. Okay. So especially this time of the full moon. So drink lots of water. And if any emotions, especially negative emotions, or you feel vulnerable, just allow the emotions naturally to rise. Keep offering everything into your heart, and remember to continue to attune to the inner song that is being played within you. That's why the practice of meditation, prayer, contemplation, especially done from this heart center space, can be extremely, extremely useful. All right, until we meet again, thank you again for lending me your hearts and your ears today, and I look forward to connecting with you again very, very soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me in this week's HEARTSTREAM. I hope you're walking away feeling more connected to yourself and your divinity, to the planet, to others, and to all of life. Please be sure to subscribe so that you can receive notifications about upcoming broadcasts. And if you would like to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, or register for my upcoming trainings and seminars, be sure to visit my website, GabrielGonsalves.com. Until the next time, please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And as always, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Bye for now.